Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm going to tell you a story about a blender. Not just any blender, but this Hamilton Beach 7-speed blender. These blenders are beloved to, I'm going to say, baby boomers and beyond, because they are little powerhouses and workhorses, and they're ready to pump out 50 million margaritas if you so desire. And I do have memories about pina coladas and margaritas made in blenders like this, but that's not the story I'm going to tell today. These blenders are easy to find. Picked this one up on eBay for about $26. That's including shipping. But then I scored this one with the glass blender pitcher for only $2 at a yard sale. So that was a real score. Do they work? I haven't tested them, but I'm sure they do, because these things never die. We make paper, and so years ago when we started making paper and having paper making parties, we would use these, but we basically use boat motors now, as Emeril Lagasse calls them, the immersion blenders. Okay, but on to the story. Notice that on here there's an off button, and then there's 7 buttons for different speeds. And they say things like whip, grate, chop, mix, blend, etc. underneath. And the way they work, obviously, is you just push them down, plug it in, obviously, and you get different speeds in the blending. After my grandfather died, my grandmother moved down the street, and we used to go down there and play there all the time. And she was very indulgent. As little babies, she would buy Trix cereal for us to play with and pretend cook with, because the Trix, as everyone knows, when you put them into water or into milk, they change, the color comes out, and so you get different colors. So we would play that we were cooking different things from the different colors from the dye from Trix cereal. But another thing my sister and I did in playing in the kitchen is my grandmother had a square kitchen, and so she had 2 counters on opposite corners. We used to sit up there, and we would grab things such as this blender, and we would play that we were astronauts and pilots, and these were our radio consoles. And we would push in the button and talk to each other, and push in another button and pretend we were flying over the lava. And I don't remember the details, but I do remember that it was a really strong memory for me and my sister, and we just enjoyed the heck out of it. I think my grandmother, I'm sure, just had one blender, but this was the console you wanted, because it had all these push buttons. I don't remember what we did for our other communicator. Maybe we were playing Star Trek too. I don't know what we did for that. It was some other device, maybe some other mixer, maybe a hand mixer, something that had buttons on it, I think. But I do remember that every once in a while we would swap, and so I would let my sister Amanda use this console too. The main memory and the thing that we still joke about and bring up is this last button all the way over on the right. This button says Liquify under it, but we didn't know what that word was, and so I always called it Liquifey, and Liquifey it has stayed for our entire lives. Whenever we find one of these, or I should say whenever I find one of these in a thrift store or anything, I take a picture and I send it to my sister, and I go, look, Liquifey, Liquifey. I believe this is the only blender that has the Liquifey button, and so it's very beloved to us. I hope you've enjoyed this childhood story, and I wonder if you have any weird kitchen appliance stories of your own. If you like this, please press like and subscribe. It would help a lot. Thanks so much.